you try to navigate a jump point for the first time, we're doing it wrong.
Oh. If you're not
If you're not mad after you try to navigate a jump point.
Okay, by mad, he means angry.
Well, Rob,
I mean, really mad.
I mean, are we talking Battletoads mad?
How about the
What about
Let's talk about
Dark
Ninja
Souls
Gaiden.
mad?
Dark Souls mad?
Dark
That's-
Souls!
that is
I
the-
like Dark Souls!
Yeah, but you were mad. You were mad, weren't you?
Wait,
No.
I need to get my Dark Souls shirt.
Hey, Rob, there are polls that
My doctor told me to
60% of everybody wants to explore. So if you've got this many people wanting to explore, are you trying to make it too difficult to where, one jump point is found a month, or?
You know what? Anytime you estimate how long it takes for the fans to do something, they do it in about 1/10 of that time. So
So when you're navigating a jump point, is it all reflexes? Is that the
it's going to be some combination of reflexes and whatever else we decide when we get
Have you
there.
guys designed it yet, or?
No.
Oh,
It's all in my head.
that's...
Well,
Well,
it will be. It's all in his head.
trick to navigating a jump point is having faith.
Very nice.
How many dreams fit in that?
And probably a maneuverable ship wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking the cutlass.
I
might
can't
be
believe
good
I
for
just left
explorers,
everyone
actually.
open for it. It's not faith, it's genetics.
Good thing I got one.
No one
The
did
cutlass
it.
has got some hardcore flippy engines on it, so.
We've had a little too much to drink, so you have to forgive us.
I find the more I drink, the more I quote the Wing Commander movie.
The fans seem to think the more I drink, the more I'll tell them, which is why I'm not currently on my own stream. Seem to answer more questions
say
instead of
here.
redacting everything. Yeah.
So I heard some interesting things about aliens earlier. You want to talk about aliens?
What about them?
I don't know. Something about...
About the Banu?
About the Banu?
Vandal?
Yeah, the Banu.
Oh, the Vandal. Wait till you see what we've got planned for the Vandal. Sorry, that's all I can
Did
say.
you just call them the Vandal?
The Vandal.
Vandal.
The Banu are well, you heard they live forever. They're
Once you cut off their
all
heads.
kinds of friendly and accommodating and very into
Are
trading.
there two genders for the Banu?
Yes.
The women look different from the men?
Male and
Not significantly. You have to know them very well to be able to tell the
You have to know
So
that.
they probably think the same thing about us.
If we cut off their,
At least a really awkward
if we cut off their heads, do we gain their power?
But you can always tell by the kneecaps and the edge apple, though. That's
No, you
There's
don't.
really- there's lots of
really,
there's lots of crying games in Banu space.
How did they prevent themselves from overpopulating before they developed space?
They breed very, very, very infrequently, and given that they're a fairly elder race,
Did somebody say Dark
they've
Souls?
learned.
Actually, we
They
said
said
breed
breed.
very infrequently.
But they also, I mean, the Banu are everywhere.
Someone say no sex.
They know way more than we know about the galaxy.
Well,
They,
we know
they
who
have
the
lots of
version
systems
is
in lots of
here.
places.
So why don't we just
But
buy the
you won't
Banu
see
style
them all.
map instead of yours?
Because it's not for sale.
Well, okay.
They
Can you
don't
find-
share that information with people
Can
that are
you
not.
find one, like destroyed ships per se, like systems information? You know, they have
We
A
still-
Banu star map?
no,
Heck no.
no, I mean like
What if we
plotted
hijacked a Banu
plotted
starship?
courses and
You know,
ships
we
and
disable it, board
When
it,
I
hop on.
Draw
Can we
the
use
Banu
their
star map,
navigation?
maybe, but
Is
since
there-
it doesn't exist yet.
Is there any facilities for Banu seduction that we can get some knowledge about?
Whoa, PG.
Already
I
said you
feel
can't
kind of
have a
moody
male.
They
now.
seem all you just said they're all very undersexed, so you know.
They're not undersexed. They're infrequently sexed, and they don't consider that under.
Well, you know, they know what's underneath the costume. You know, maybe there's a reason.
True.
This is taking a very dark turn.
Could be a giant black
Dark
hole.
Souls.
What kind of
Dark Souls!
Woo! Praise the sun. Yeah, thanks.
You gotta come back when Chris is on, because that man loves him some
Oh,
Dark
so-
Souls.
so
Me
here's a-
and him
here's a-
talked
here's a
about
question.
Dark Souls.
Him and everyone in the
So
world.
humanity has an
Dark
excuse
Souls.
for not liking robots and AI to a certain degree, right?
Hmm.
Do the
Well,
other race? Do the other races?
According to Parker Terrell,
According to
humanity
Parker-
has
well,
an
there's-
excuse to
Yeah.
not like AI.
So do the other races have similar excuses? I mean, will we see more robots in Banu
you guys
space?
should just stay tuned to what's happening on the website.
Yeah, just
today.
stay awake
We're
for a
gonna
few
go
more
with that.
hours.
Yeah, if you can make it to all the stretch goals, then you might know some answers about that.
I might just like
That was in stretching.
And hence-
Give more money. Especially
money.
you guys at Sun.
More
money.
ships.
More money.
Just like, you know, take your money and
like that.
That's a birth
See?
certificate. That doesn't count.
Well,
Can you
Oh.
get back to Canada without this?
Now I'm Dr.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no, that'll lead
You're
to his
born in
account.
he's
In a
Banu.
nest?
Yes.
I can turn that
born in
into
the-
2
a-
feet up in the air?
Yes.
He came out of an egg.
I know, right?
Canadians.
Canadians carrying around your birth certificates.
Well, I need passport and identification when I'm
So
here.
here's another question.
It is a border
Will we
state.
know about the Kratak
Just
before
your
launch,
border.
or was that something post-launch?
Well, we know about. Well, obviously you know about.
I
it
meant more
because
information. Like,
Eric couldn't stop making things up. But will we know about them as in known space?
the same
There
way
are
that-
no Kurtak systems on the map you are seeing right now.
Okay.
I will tell you that.
What?
There are no Kurtak systems on the map you are seeing right now.
Are we gonna be able to pan our ship man on the hull? Like a giant pterodactyl?
We don't know. We've talked about it, but the
Can I put a
question is,
freelancer on my freelancer?
what kind of load is that going to be as far
Yeah,
as
you guys said
artwork and everything?
decals
It's not an easy thing to do, to draw a whole bunch of unique decals on a whole bunch of ships.
Plus, there could be the guy that's flying around with the USS Dick.
We all saw Spore.
He's our president of production.
Hey, look, it's
So what
a
about the Tetley? Are they just confined in one world, or?
They are around. They're scattered. You know this, Ben. This is your department.
Which
So,
ones?
You know
No,
the picture.
Timber?
Oh, Tevin.
The ones that
No,
lost?
aren't they spread out through UEE? That was the.
Yeah,
They hang out more in the pirate systems, right? Then.
they're the ones that are kind of like the plebes, the subclass.
the
Of the,
plebes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Who comes up with the races? Who says, okay, we're going to have 4 or 5 races, and they give them the name and said, okay, this is.
There's
Is
a
it
guy named
serious?
Chris Roberts. You may have
He's
heard
the
of
only
him.
one?
And- well, no, I mean
No.
it's a joint effort. But Chris is where a lot of this stuff comes
Right.
from. And actually, Chris and Dave and Ben early on spent a lot of time basically pulling this out of their house.
Reading romance.
So when do the board show up?
Do not make me redact you.
At least you didn't say the Dominion. Ugh.
Ugh.
No, thank you. I wouldn't go that
It's like, okay, quick. Pull out some random thing that I can redact. Come on, let's go.
Redacted.
All right, the Rolloy from Mass Effect.
Ooh, no.
yeah, I'll say something outrageous about Star Citizen, and you redact it.
You do that every day. So
gonna
it's
have-
amazing the things fans tell me
Yeah.
you tell them. Like, what is he talking about?
He talks in his sleep.
You also said the M50 was slower than the 350R. Them's like fighting words.
I
He said out of the box.
Hey, it was genius because
ad copy for Origin Jumpworks said that.
That's because a bunch of marketing people are a bunch of liars. You know how that works.
You know, I'm-
Oh, no, I'm
So
trying
wait,
to
hold
buy
on.
this
Is the stock
350R right
350
now.
faster
You're
than the
acting
stock
man-made.
Sorry, is the stock 350R faster than the stock M50?
The answer is prove it. Get out there and prove it.
I guess it comes down to skill, just knowing how to
The
outfit.
thing
It's
about
going
the
in a straight
350R
line. There's no
The
skill.
350R is
But
more
knowing how to
equipped
outfit.
to be a spacefaring ship as far as dogfighting and everything
Sure.
than the M50 because the M50 is made of tissue paper and goes really fast.
Right.
So
we
the
actually-
50R is made of crepes.
No, it's
We
made
actually
out of
talked a
wet
little
paper
bit
It's
about
made of
this.
chocolate.
Wet paper bags.
It's
We
like
actually
Chris
talked a little
Roberts.
bit about this
It's,
in
it's
today's
the Swiss
Jump Point.
racing vehicle.
Made out of
Jump
pressed
Point, oh, yeah.
beans and
Jump Point's
I
out in
think the
15
answer
minutes.
is
Jump Point.
it's like
Oh,
in
Jump
racing.
Point, guys.
And David Ladyman is
It's like in
here.
racing.
David
Yeah,
You can be really
David
straight in the
David
fast line,
Ladyman about his
but as soon as you take a turn, someone else might
career.
be a whole lot faster in the turns.
Well, you know, if that's,
David
if that's
Ladyman
what the
was
case is, then I don't know what the
constantly
case
in my
is.
inbox going, well, I need this, I need this, I need this. This is how it works around here.
Oh, working was
It's
really
almost
sucked.
like you're in charge of stuff.
No.
No.
So have you,
In charge of what?
here's a question. Will alien spaceships be capturable in game?
Like
Maybe.
Aside from Vandal.
We already said that the scythe would be capturable.
Yeah, aside
I'm
from-
not sure
aside
how
from the
that's going to work,
Vandal.
but well, we don't know the mechanics yet, so I mean, I don't know. Yes, I'm sure they will be in some way, but we don't know how it's going to work. I already know what
Prove
the first Jean ship is going to look like, but
You know,
no.
An
Come on, draw the
untextured
table
cube.
You know what we discovered on the website today? You can remanufacture your last copy of the game and be left with just ships.
That may not be intentional.
That would
Nor a
be
good
really,
idea.
really unfortunate.
Yeah.
You're all sitting there with just a bunch of code. you
Would
can't
look great in the
read.
hangar.
You could log in to play with it because you don't get alpha or beta access to that one.
This one for Turbulent.
Alrighty then. It's probably not intentional.
Well, you need to be able to do that so you can liquidate properly, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, because if you're going to upgrade to a new package, sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But if you sell your last package or gift it, that's even better.
Nice. Okay, well, that's probably something we should pass on to the nice folks who do our website.
I'm sure they're watching this.
Hi, Tournament.
No,
I'm sure they love us.
they're sleeping.
Yeah,
They actually the Turbulent guys are excellent. They've done a great job.
they have done an amazing
Well,
job.
And I mean, we've had our little hiccups on the website, but you
Way
know, the
better than
fact
the last
that how
one.
fast we recovered from the 8 servers is enough problem. They everything has been fantastic.
Well,
They're-
considering the site was down
Canada.
for like a whole day when the game was first announced, yeah, that is
Yeah.
definitely an improvement.
Yeah, we remember you guys. It's you guys. It's you people who are doing this.
I know, I helped.
You go in there and you smack the internet around because you're so excited and
It's just
Internet?
those, just those some bitches in chat, really.
That's going to be one of those moments that is written in my brain forever. Is after Chris's announcement, we all had our iPads and laptops out, and like, oh, we made $50,000. Oh, we made $55,000. Oh, the site doesn't work.
it was a little anticlimactic at that point, right? It's like money, boom.
Chris had been up for 3 or 4 days at that point, getting the demo to the level where he wanted to show it. I've never seen anyone as tired as he was after.
Yeah, he
That
was a little
presentation.
punchy by then, I'm sure. But and that's the thing is that anyone who ever asks, I mean, Chris works harder than any of us. We work hard because we are as excited about this game as you guys are, but Chris works way harder.
Above him, yeah.
How or where did y'all do the original videos? You know, where Chris is superimposed into the game and all that stuff?
Don't ask me.
Some trash, you can take that.
Those were done in LA. It's Chris in front of a green screen, and then we created the backgrounds in Engine.
We don't have a table.
Poker.
We don't have a table.
I just met her.
Poker.
You guys want to go play poker?
Well, I thought we were entertaining the masses.
Let's just play it in here.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But then you got someone online saying, "Oh yeah, I can see the cards."
Get shot of bluffing.
Yeah, just text me what everyone else's cards is. Are.
Subject verb agreement.
Oh, and Lady Hawk. Good luck seeing me drunk. Thank you, though. I got a text from a boss saying, Lady Hawk doesn't see look out they drunk.
And so we have big plans for him. The way I think of it,
Hi, everybody.
Hi! Hi, Dr. Nick.
Well, this may not be as exciting without Chris around to authoritatively answer your questions, but we will
We can make
do our
stuff
best.
up.
Yeah, we can make. Rob loves it when
Somebody
I
pull
make
up
stuff.
chat. We'll just start
Star
answering
Citizen
random
will
questions
ship
in
with
chat.
94 flyable ships.
See,
And,
we won't get in trouble.
We should
if
all-
everybody
make
gets a
stuff up.
kitten.
You
Let's not
get
talk
trouble.
about our personal lives.
You're gonna be able to invite alien races into your hangar and breed half-breed alien babies to fly your ships with.
You are really into these Banu women. As soon as you found out that they looked just like the Banu men, you were all over it.
He's talking
And underneath the skirt, they
I'm
look that
really-
much differently either.
I'm really into the
Spine's
Tevran.
giving
Now, I haven't
something
seen what the
to grab
Tevran look
onto.
like, but I'm sure I'm gonna be really into this.
Imagine a lollipop with eyes.
That sounds hot.
Or a sock puppet, I'm not sure which.
Even
I've already been
better.
compared to a sock puppet on the forum, so I'm sure that'll work.
Just a little lollipop hopping around. It's a dum-dum, you know, like or a Tootsie Roll Pop. Just hopping around.
Do the
Oh,
Tootsie
how many
Roll. I mean,
likes
that's a
does it
song,
take then?
right?
the animation is going to be so annoying for the artists. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
so
leaving out for Chris Olivia, and he'll
David
come up with
Ladyman
something
just asked me
amazing.
who Parker Terrell is.
What? We'll ask you. What is Parker Terrell?
Do you not know?
We don't know.
Lord,
Yeah, we
all
don't-
you poor fans. out
No,
there.
nobody
Knock
remembers
out.
that crap.
Okay, if you don't read the comments,
A lot of people
and
read that.
memorize every word like I have to.
We only write it. We don't memorize.
Okay,
That's
so
how I feel.
Parker Terrell. Well, okay, something that we snuck in there that no one ever noticed, but there was a guy named Terrell who posted in one of the history posts on the comlink, the guy who was ranting about the terraforming and the whole Fair Chance Act when he was talking about should we terraform, is it a good idea? This is one of his descendants. He's the guy who did the AI story. He's also the guy who was on the Crossfire talking about the government conspiracy to blow up LS-11. And now?
Wait, so hold on, he's the Star Citizen Rush Limbaugh?
Actually, in my mind, when I came up with the character, in my mind, he's sort of like the voice of half of the forum. He really is. This is like the forum.
The good half or the
made
bad
with-
half.
He's this terrible,
Well,
crazy guy. We all
depends.
hate
It
him.
depends on if you agree
It's
with
just
him
like
or not. That's
you.
the thing. Is and when you get to the forums, and there's something when we start doing things that we're deliberately trying to push, people to go to either side of an issue. Because I mean, the AI post was exactly what we were doing there. Is let's see who agrees and who disagrees. It wasn't. This is an accurate statement of how things are. This is a think about it, decide which side you're on. So a lot of the fiction is just like that. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not saying this is fact in the universe. We're saying this is journalism in the universe, and it's exactly like journalism now. It's giving you a chance to think about an issue.
I see that a lot when you read about a certain story and then people talk about it. People take like a certain side, and it's like other people take like another whole other side to it. So yeah.
So the whole Ellis getting destroyed thing, which was completely me having a hissy fit one day.
Someone didn't like how many planets.
There were 13 planets in that system, Dan! I'm trying to name 13 planets and just fresh out of ideas, and it's late, and I'm like, fine. You know what? Ellis 11 died.
Rainbow, butterfly,
walleye, pinecone. Wait, what else am I missing? Come on.
What are these?
seahorse.
Little ponies or something?
Seahorse.
These
I forgot
are
seahorse.
planets. We're learning a lot here.
Seahorse, walleye, and pinecone.
Oh, these are actual planet names?
We,
Yeah.
you
You
can
could just,
just have a bag though. We never knew Pinecone was a planet. We never knew.
Now
what
you
Pinecone
do.
was. Yeah,
And now you know it's in the Ellis system.
You can just
Which
name them
means
the
now-
concept.
We always knew it was
Pinecone
Ellis.
is my
Someone's-
favorite planet.
Pinecone means the first system that someone else finds is now going to be named Pinecone.
No, there is not going to be a there's a pinecone planet. There is not going to be a pinecone system. That's as far as we're going.
It smells
One
great.
planet.
The air freshener.
It hangs from the dashboard of the spaceship.
From the mirror, the rear view mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like a combination of a disco globe and an air freshener. Weird planet. Really weird.
So there has been
Shaped like
some
that
disagreement
Christmas
about my
tree.
planet names.
Wasn't so much disagreement as ranting. But yeah, so that's where he came from, and that's
When do we get to vote though? That's the question.
well, that's. Have you seen the game yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, exactly.
It was great.
Be patient.
I beat it.
I would like to know the election
Well,
cycle.
you're
from
already in the
you,
election
thank you.
year. It's
We're working on it.
Are we getting LA back?
No, they're
Nah,
they're
they
doing
fell
it.
off the map.
How much for the shirt? How much?
This shirt?
It's the only one.
The only one?
Yeah,
that's
the only
correct?
one. Well, that's probably the only one too.
Yeah, it is. I can make more.
I can't let go of this. This is a present from Dave Haddock. Dave and I spend a lot of time
$100.
plotting. Basically, that's really what Dave and I do.
Okay.
We plot.
So I didn't know if they plotted at all. I just,
Dave is so, oh my god, he's so completely a plotter.
Like he claps a lot.
No, he plots. He plans to mess with your minds a lot.
he does a good job of it.
Yeah, he does. He does, and he writes. Yeah, I mean, his writing is so copious, and Ben does the same
So
thing.
towards
Mr.
the end of the campaign, we
Just
find out
spew
that
fiction.
all the humans are vandals and all the vandals are humans.
The Vandal.
Hey!
I think we found
That's on
something
the
for
next live stream.
It was
I think
all a
that's something
dream.
I hate that.
That's a Hazy Thoughts episode.
Ooh, we're getting close to that next unlock.
Here it
177.
comes.
Yeah.
I like saying
Here
you're a
it
figment
comes.
of your own imagination.
Could be. Oh no, we have many big plans, and sometimes we make up some really ludicrous plans that we
Like Pancone?
scrap, and then don't make fun of Ben's planets. He was sleep deprived, throwing out systems, and how fast were those coming in? I mean, like every
yeah, that
100,000,
first
right?
live-
So those you must have been spewing out systems fast.
Yeah, we had like 3 ready for the last live stream. We're like, oh, we'll do one every $100,000.
And it was
And-
not. It was not.
It's not pretty.
It was not pretty. Well, if you go back and read all of those pledge systems, almost every single one of them has way too many planets.
Well,
So
what's
that's
the
why
planets?
LS11 is
13
dead.
we know.
13 is a lot,
You think that's
Joey.
a lot.
All you do is
Okay.
walk outside, open your eyes, it's the first thing you see, and hope it's not like a semi-truck or something.
So Ellis is where the Murray Cup is, right?
Yes.
So
And-
was that decided before the planet was destroyed, or after?
Yes. No, the planet was destroyed because I didn't want to name any more planets. And then Dave decided that he was going to run a teaser on the Parker Terrell story. There's a little, if you look at the newspaper, up in the corner, there's the first glimpse of that was a tiny little headline up in the corner of that page. And then he decided that, well, heck, this is easy fiction. So he went ahead and started writing about that.
Right, I guess.
And then we brought Mr. Parker Terrell back in to rant about it. which was because of the fan response to the previous stories, where they started. The science guys were complaining about the science of destroying a planet. The other guys were like, well, maybe it's some kind of conspiracy. And I'm like, this is a job for Parker Terrell.
I have a question for the mod team. Are one of the developers secretly like creating troll accounts just to give us a hard time?
We actually are not. Chris has specifically said don't create separate accounts for.
I already had a separate account. I do have an account that is my own account, but I do not. I never log on to the forums or anything or chat with my other.
So the Murray Cup.
So you're using
that-
it to play
do
the
you guys
game
have-
with it?
That will be where I actually play. Yeah.
Do you guys have that designed out? The
Murray
racing
Cup?
stuff?
We've done some work on it.
How hard is that? Something that can be won by players often, or is that something that's very rare?
It's probably going to be annual.
Annual thing. Okay.
I mean, this is a big deal. This is
Will
serious.
there be
hardcore.
like trees throughout the year, or how do you?
Yeah,
how do you
there's
races
a
work?
racing circuit. There is indeed a racing circuit.
That's cool. Are they gonna have like beacons or something that?
Still working on all.
Well,
of it.
wait a second. You had a limited number of M50s, so this new 300R is going to be.
The M50 is not. I mean,
It's on there
limited
right
number
now.
of buying it now. It's only online for a limited time. The M50 is not going to be that
You're
uncommon
gonna
to
be
ship.
able
I
to
mean,
get
there are
You can still
interceptor
buy it
versions
in
of it.
game.
They have
I mean,
those,
no
right?
problem. It was limited, as in it was a limited sale currently.
Yeah, we only make it available temporarily to buy for money, but in the game you'll be able to go to the
See, I don't think a lot of people understand that though. When they see limited, they think it's going to be limited forever and never sold again.
Chris has said like 18.5 billion times
You can earn everything in game.
you can buy anything in game for credits that we sell here. And that's, I mean, so yes, it's limited. Some of these things are only available for backers now for a limited time. But
With the LTI, that can be limited.
and that's the other important thing is that the LTI. But yeah, I mean, once you get into the game, there may be some that are rarer than others. I mean, it takes a long time to build a Corvette, so it's not like there are going to be 8,000 of them sitting in a lot
wouldn't
somewhere
wanna
going, "Hey,
see-
come buy me."
I wouldn't want to see that many.
No, I wouldn't either. It would drive me nuts. Ruin my economy.
Are destroyers something that you can actually buy with in-game currency, or is that something that takes more work? To
Sure,
get
if
to?
you have all of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's expensive, but I mean, does it take like a special level of citizenship or pirate
Okay,
contacts?
can you imagine just like walking up randomly to some naval shipyard and going, "Hey, I want to buy a battleship. Is that cool?" They probably would look at you funny first and then arrest you.
Well,
Or just shoot you.
Chris did mention that certain kind of ships would require having licenses in order to be able to
He
have
did mention that.
the right to and access to be able to purchase and fly different kind of ships.
He
So
did.
I would assume you'd have to have some sort of military license or something like that.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's not like just any random Joe Schmo or
Yeah,
pirate
or
off
some
the
sort of
street
citizenship
can go
or,
buy.
What about a black
Some
market?
sort
Well,
of-
you think there'd be a black market for
Oh,
big
yeah.
ships like
Well,
that?
Oh yeah, you'll think that's awesome.
Well, I'm not saying that's the whole point of a black market, right?
Okay,
Black market.
all right.
you know how hard it is to hide a destroyer?
Well, I'm sure they got a whole system of these.
So you sell a black market destroyer and then somebody gets wind of that. Wonder what's going to happen then.
Well, if it's a pocket destroyer, you just slip it in your pocket.
Ben! This is where
Destroyer,
Pine Cone
I
came
just
from.
summon
See,
you.
and it was about this point in the live stream where Pine Cone happened, I'm sure of
Giant
it.
zipper just shows up and
With that
posts
excellent
it.
transition, it is time for an all-new issue of Jump Point, now available in your
Point.
subscriber areas.
I'm checking the
For
forum
some
right
reason,
now.
we plan to have this live stream the same day as Jump Point, and it was fun getting those both done.
Yay, Ben!
And no, not Ben. I think the person who had the most fun was Mr. David Ladyman, editor-in-chief of Jump Point magazine.
Fantastic
Yay!
job.
Yeah, let's get him a
I will-
gonna-
Okay. Someone.
There we go.
Sure, thanks.
Are you gonna interview Ladyman?
Yeah, forget it would.
Okay, where's the lamp?
Then
mine's
put
over
it
there.
Can I have the lamp, please? I'm gonna stream my lamp on my channel.
You have two lamp.
That's quite a come down for the lamp.
Yeah.
Fare thee well, lump.
See they will.
Jump point.
Jump Point.
Jump point.
So is it out? I mean, what's the story?
Should be out hopefully.
I can check.
Yeah, check your
Let's find
subscriber
out.
area,
Are
see
we-
what's
Are
available.
we talking about it?
Yeah, we're gonna talk to David here about Well, he has been involved with Chris Robertson, Wing Commander, for almost as
20
long
years.
as that's been a thing. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess when I tell people I work with David Ladyman, I always get some other reaction. Everybody knows you, but it's for something else. Yeah. David Ladyman, you wrote Car Wars.
I didn't write Car Wars.
So that was what I was
Yes.
said earlier. Car Wars.
Well, I'll take the credit.
Okay.
Dude, I love the Car Wars. Great.
Say again?
I said, I love the Car Wars. That was great.
I'm not seeing Jump Point yet.
Okay, Jump Point will be up shortly.
There's
And if you're the person who's supposed to be putting up Jump Point, make it available, please.
no. Or Logante will stick a flamethrower on you.
We will storm the gates of wherever you're sitting.
So what can we look forward to in this Jump
In
Point?
this Jump Point, well, if we have the cover there, we might be able to see. The work in progress is the 300 series. Started to say 300i, but we changed some names on that. Some really nice pictures in there on how each of the various models were developed. So some focus on the 315P, the 325A, the 350R. Some good artwork there. Of course, then the corporation is, I won't say Origin, it was Origin Systems. And the system is Terra, which is where Origin Systems is located. And
JumpWorks, Origin JumpWorks.
Origin JumpWorks, yes. Ben knows all this because he's the guy who writes the corporation portfolios and the Galactic Guide to Terra and so forth. The behind the scenes is, there I go drawing a blank, is Zane Bien and John Erskine, who are the ones who made the new website work. So we've got some discussion on them of what they were going for and what they accomplished. And then the fiction is the third piece of the Void Rats. And we will reach something of a conclusion. It's actually it's not just a three-parter, but three parts. And we've got the third part today, and then in October and November and December, we'll read about the rest of that story and how they all get along.
So David doesn't just do our Jump Point, he does the brochures you all love, he edits the fiction for the website, he arranges for outside writers, so all over Star Citizen.
People say I do Jump Point and I do the brochures, and I don't. I take some really good art and some really good writing and I put it on a page, and they pay me money. But the same thing with the brochures. We needed fiction, we needed captions fast. In one case, I went to Ben and said, I have a shot of the pilot's base of his chair. And I said, give me a blurb for that. And Ben sold us on why the base of that chair was a wonderful thing.
It is. I was sold on why it's a wonderful thing.
It was a really good chair base.
It was a really good chair base. In fact, I think it's so good it's even trademarked, I'm not sure. But the brochure, and then I have obviously the backup help on the ships and all the other art from the entire team here, LA Remote Studios. And then for the second brochure that we did, we needed some outside design help on that as well, and Ryan Archer pitched in and helped a lot on that. So I will gladly take credit for all of these, but there is a whole lot of work that isn't me that goes into each and every one of them.
What couldn't happen with that, yes.
And then the other thing you ask about is the fiction, which is interesting. It's actually a nice different thing, and that is that I get to contract the outside fiction that we put into Jump Point and into Spectrum Dispatch. Dave had been writing all of that. If you notice, he's been doing some wonderful things with the fiction, and he's supposed to be writing a game, and they said, go find somebody else to write the fiction. So that first story is by Doug Niles. Doug is an absolute consummate industry veteran. He's done a lot of Dragonlance and other Dungeons and Dragons material. He's done some alternate World War II novels. He's done some actually board game design for some of the Tom Clancy books. He knows what he's talking about, and the folks coming behind are great as well. The story that just started releasing today on the feed is by Timothy Brown, who has been around as long as I have. He's done a lot of traveler work. He's done a lot of, now I'm drawing a blank.